Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we want to talk more about Docker in terms of working with your Apache and Tomcat. Apache will be covered as part of this video, and next video we will cover the Tomcat, how we're going to do that on the option number 3. The option number 3 is basically downloading a software within our operating system and then customizing a little bit, and then having that installed or having that service run. That's the main objective of these two videos which I'm gonna have. So first is Apache HTTP server. As we have used Apache HTTP server, we have declared a file, we have uploaded a file, and we want to browse that file. So that's the end goal or objective of this video. So to do that, firstly we will want to understand what kind of a file it is. So docker ps-a, docker images. Let's just open let's just run one of the images over here. So this one, let's take this one with bash. So okay, not sure if it understood. This is docker run docker. So it is not running as I expected it to. So let me rewrite the command again. Okay. All right, so I have to give -it, so that's what I missed. So this should help me run the command. So now that I've run the command, so if I go to opt content example, so this is the file I want to browse. Let's understand this file, what it is. So less is not found. Let's just view with cat. So this is going to tell us like in a bold, in the background color of red. And you can see that the body message is welcome to example.com, and it goes to this href, which is going to example.com/snoop. So this basically is this HTML file. This is what is going to be part of this HTML file. So let's just try to browse this. Clear is not found. Okay, fine. So not many commands, right? So what I'm going to do here in the Docker file to have this executed. So this Apache needs to run, right? So as part of the Docker startup, so it should not be a manual startup of this command. It should be autonomous way of starting it up. Firstly, we need to find where the HTTP is. I know where it is in the HTTP bin. You have to start this command. So you need to run this command to have your Apache HTTP server started. So what happens is like I can start it right now. Say, look at it. As of now, Docker is running. Docker ps, you can see that it's running. But then when I do this command and when I start the HTTP, right, so you can see that it's running. When I do a control D, it kind of comes out, and this all those things is gone now. So whatever I started, so it cannot be run manually. It should be run autonomously without my intervention. So in the Docker file only, I have to mention this. So by default, when I run this image in a container, the default thing it should do is like start this HTTP service running. That's all I wanted to do. When it has started the HTTP service, I can browse it whenever I want it, or the users can use it whenever I want it. And also it needs to run in the background continuously. So these are the two objectives I have. So here I can put cmd as in like command, and I can give the actual command. So I can give opt httpd bin apache ctl start, like that I can give. But then what happens if I give like this is like, see, I am I'm creating this Docker file, and I'm like building this. So let's just build this HTTPD 5. So this is building the Docker file right now with this command on it. I don't know why it's building it newly without the cache. Oh, as I've given a new file name, that's why. Oh, okay, I got it. So I have, so let's see the images. I've changed the file format. That's why it is doing that. Okay, so let's say _5. Yeah, now it should work as usual. It's not taking, it's not budging. So it needs to do this again, it seems. So it's just going and resuming from wherever it did that. Maybe because I changed it to a different one. That may be the reason. Well, let's wait for it to complete. Because I was just doing some hands-on on Tomcat. Must be the reason why it wants to build it again, because I came back from Tomcat to this one. So that must be the reason. But it shouldn't, this shouldn't take long. It should be autonomous and faster. So now that it has rebuilt that application one more time with this command, so let's just go ahead and build this, run this image which we just built. So let's run this image with docker run hyphen it, the image name, which is going to be, oh, you can also do it like this. Okay, you can give hyphen name. So now you saw that weird names which comes on the bottom right. You can ignore that by giving hyphen name by your name only. So let's just say Apache 1 of our first version of Apache. Let's just talk about that. And then here you can give -p as in like what port number you want to define for this Apache instance, 80:80. And then here you can give the image name here, HTTPD_5. So now you can see that it ran docker ps. It's not running, but it ran. It ran for before 9 seconds. It took about 1 second for it to start, and then it just completed the command. So if I just do no, you can see that it just executed this command. It all worked fine, but then it was not able to detach itself from this runtime. So we need to help Apache to detach itself from this. So I mean, we need to help Docker to detach itself from this from the runtime and run it as a separate container. To do that, you can use the option -d. -d is to detach itself, but it says that Apache 1 name is already used. So you can see that Apache 1 name is already used in this container. So it's not allowing you to use the same Apache 1. So just change it to Apache 2. So let's see if it's running now. So again, it has exited again, even though you try to do this -d as in to detach, but your command over here doesn't understand the detachment. Your Apache has to run in foreground, not on background. It is the problem is like this command is trying to push the Apache to the background, because when you execute this command, you will see that you will get the prompt back again. So when you get the prompt back again, what happens is that this container thinks that the command has executed. So I would exit and the container gets stopped. Okay. So you need to put in the Docker file saying that Apache has to run on foreground. So I have to do this command where I say that Apache, please run with -d as an option, foreground option. I'm giving an option called foreground where I'm asking Apache to run on foreground. So now let me build this one as HTTPD 6. Okay, it is using cache. So now the new command has been inbuilt in part of my image 6. So let me run this image 6 right now on Apache 3. Okay, so because I cannot run it on the same name. Now let's see what happens. So let's just do a ps-a, no trunk. And seems like it still has exited. It is not still running as part of this, or is it running? So let's just check it out. Let's just do a PS. I don't see anything is running over here. So it seems like it has not taken the correct word because we have given foreground, right? So it has executed something else. Looks like I didn't change it to HTTPD 6. That is my bad. Sorry about that. So this is the new image we built, right? So you can see that HTTPD 6. That's why it is coming up with the old command output. So over here, so let's just do a PS, and you can see that it is running right now continuously. So now what is happening is that if I do the node truck, you can see that it is running on the foreground. So your container thinks that your application is running continuously, and it is not letting your application sleep. Or if it sleeps, if it goes to the background, then obviously you will see that your application is shut down. That's what it is. All right. And then your container stops. That it has finished the execution of the job. So I'm going to stop. So to avoid it from stopping, we are going to use this foreground command where the Apache will be running and it will be available on the foreground. So it will be continuously running and it won't leave the prompt until we turn off the Apache or shut down your container. To stop your container, very simple. You can use stop and then the container ID and enter. This will stop your container. So this means that your Apache wouldn't be running. Now I need to know the Apache. There are several ways to know about the IP address of your container. The first method I would say is Docker inspect and then the container name. So when you inspect the container name, you will see in the network bridges, you will see the IP address of your container. This is one way of getting your IP address. The second way of getting your IP address is by exec. So you can execute IT on that particular container name. On the container name with bash. So this should get you inside the container. Okay, so now you can do a ps-ef. Let me copy this command, put it out for you. So I can ps-ef grep of HTTP. You will see that HTTP is running on foreground. You see that? Now this keeps our HTTP from this container from collapsing itself to the shutdown state because it is running on foreground. All right, so the main configuration file is opt httpd conf httpd.conf. So you can see all those configuration. You can make all the configuration changes here, which is going to be working well for this container. But if you make this configuration change here, if you are spinning up a new container, that container may not have will not have the changes which you're making in this file. So it is not advisable to make changes inside a container. You have to update. If you're making change, you need to update in the source location. That is your the home folder where you're creating the Docker file. So that is where you need to update your HTTP configuration and zip it into a file and put it over here, and then create the image, and it will create the items extracted on the image, and from that image you need to run the container. So that is the actual procedure. Okay, here you can type ifconfig and you will see the IP address of this particular container. So you can do a Control D to come out of the container, but do not worry, Docker will keep this running. So nothing can stop this container from running except for stopping your Apache or stopping the container itself. Now that you know the IP address, you can get the port number by -an grep of listen inside the container. You can see that only one port number is saying that is 80. So you can use I've opened the browser from my virtual machine. Yeah, it is not my Windows browser. Remember that my Windows browser, my laptop browser, cannot access this IP address. Okay, only my Linux system, which is hosting, this is Vast Node 1, the Linux system which is hosting this container, can access this IP address :80. And what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing the web page which I have made for the website. So you're able to browse the application using the using the application which you have used. So this HTTP, remember that this HTTP.tar file and content is on the resource location of the document, which basically is in the Docker document. Let me show you. Just give me a second. So when you go to Computer Trainer 0 on your GitHub, you will see Docker folder. And inside the Docker folder, this one. Inside that, you will have this two zip files, star.gz and http.tar.gz. So you can take that. In terms of EAR files, it is also there in the instruction parts as well, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I pasted this one as well, and your EAR file is in this location, so don't have to worry about that. You just git clone with this host name, and it will all be copied to your local Linux server. Okay, so now that you have done that, you can see that the Docker file is having that content which will make your container run in the detached mode. And to the special permission or a special option which you need to make your application run in detached mode is this one, -d. Okay, so now that you know how to build your image and run your image on a detached mode, which means that your container will be kept on running without closing, and you know how to update your HTML file as well as part of this. So you have installed your custom HTTPD, you have installed your custom configuration file, and you have built many layers of image, and you have also did some troubleshooting in terms of understanding that. In the next video, we have more troubleshooting. Next video is a little bit complicated. So I will see you on the next video.